are even that great. That's the thing. Like I'm a big hater of Strixhaven. I think that Strixhaven is not a
You're
great
wrong.
play.
You're just
That,
wrong.
and that's fine.
Whoa! Welcome to May the Zoo be with you, America's favorite podcast. That's right. In 2026, we're just America's favorite podcast.
We're the best.
Move over, Kelsey's. We're on our way. I'm, of course, joined by our Jason Kelsey equivalent, the man who, after hitting the gym, will play center for the Philadelphia Eagles, Donald.
You know, Jason Kelsey's also a saxophone player.
See, look at this. Look at the similarities coming up big. And I'm, of course, also joined by our podcast, Travis Kelsey, the man who soon will be working in his own game store finally for the first time in several years, Louis DeGeorge.
Hey, I was always a big fan of Taylor Swift, so
always
until George was a fan of Taylor Swift, I was actually a fan of Taylor Swift. He just took it beyond the appropriate level.
Yeah, it's hard to be on the same level of love there.
And we're joined by America's best Santa Claus, Josh.
Because I got a jiggly jolly belly.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back. It's been a while. I think it was last week when we went live, or did we not post last week?
2 weeks ago.
Post last week.
Christmas. I have no clue what day it is. I have this holiday season. This is what the podcast should be. Who decided to put the dates for this holidays the way that they were? Absolutely insane. It felt like Thanksgiving was late. And then it was like bam, 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 all the holidays in a row. Am I the only one who feels like that?
I'm going to go with it's like that every year because, you know, it falls on the same time. But
I think the days it fell on with like my kids' Christmas breaks and the different breaks felt different this year. But I don't know.
My only grief is I was off work today and I burned some days to take the rest of essentially this week off. But now it's past the first. I got to start saving my days again. I have to go back to work tomorrow for a day.
There's a lot of people in that same boat.
Yeah.
My brother had the last 2 weeks off and he's working tomorrow.
They're like, you could take a day. I'm like, no, but my new series of days off just started. I gotta save them up again.
Nothing's gonna get done tomorrow anyway.
No, and also I lost I think 6 days off this year. I could take this day and not lose days off. I'm just paranoid about it. I just refuse.
Yeah. What was not your best Christmas present? Because I think we're all adults here. So, but the best Christmas present you saw in your family. What was the thing that like the highlight of Christmas amongst all the Christmas people around you?
I gave my niece 1 pack of Lorcana. She opened it enchanted.
Nice.
That's pretty sick.
What's sad about that is I had won that pack at League and I chose to re-gift it instead of opening it. So
it's better still.
It's karma, right? Because I didn't buy it, I re-gifted it.
Josh?
We had the flu, and Kristen being 34 weeks pregnant and having the flu was like a big deal. So we got tested, influenza A, and my daughter was down for the count. So we had people like come over to the front, drop off presents, she'd open it. So like that was weird because you always want to be like Christmas is about family, not about presents. But then she's getting DoorDashed presents with the flu. So she was like, "Oh, I'm so sick. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so sick." So mid Christmas morning, she just came over and crawled on top of me and passed out. And we took a daddy-daughter nap. That is the best Christmas present I've ever gotten. I was like, this is awesome. I get to sleep. And this cute little heat or body warmer is right here. She's feeling a little better all the time. I woke up and I was sweating. It was rough, but we're all better now after weeks.
We have the flu too. We're at the tail end of the flu right now.
I shipped you something just to give you the flu. I was hoping you'd open at the game store.
Yeah. Everyone's sick. Everyone's sick.
It's crazy.
I got my kids the Prismatic Evolutions special collection that has like the Umbreon and Sylveon, I think Umbreon, and anyway, and I seeded the packs with the hits that they wanted, an Espeon alt art and a Flareon alt art. I got a video of them opening them. They were just so excited. That was my favorite present. But then I got my oldest Minecraft Story Mode, which is a game that came out in 2015. It's like 11 years old for the Xbox 360, and we've been playing that, and it's just really fun to sit there and play that with her.
That's pretty awesome. Dude, you said 2015, it was 11 years old. I just took my car in for an oil change and they wanted to do brakes. And they're like, yeah, your car's 10 years old now. Do you want a new car? I was like, oh my gosh, my car that I always think is like this new, nice,
Yeah.
it's the nicest, newest car I've ever owned.
Yeah,
It's 10 years old. Yeah, the
we're
brakes are
old.
10%
We're
of the
getting
value
old.
of the car.
We're getting old.
Yeah.
For some of us, the next big birthday is 40.
Oh my gosh, is that true?
For me and you, not for Donald. Donald's next big birthday is 50.
I think after 40, there's no more big birthdays. I think that's it. It's just, oh, you're still here. Lucky. Nice.
Yeah, lucky. Oh, you're still here? Surprise.
All right. What is the podcast today? We're going to go talk about the best and worst of 2025. We're going to talk about our hot takes for 2026. We're going to go through Riftbound and One Piece. And we're also going to talk about Pokemon. And Josh opened some sorcery. So we'll talk about Josh's sorcery box opening experience.
When we talk about TCG player finally responded to me, my goal in 2026, I have a TCG player store. I have 3 sales.
There you
I
go.
Store, I listed stuff. I got to ship stuff tomorrow. I got 3 sales, baby.
Why did you have to have them respond? Why did they? Oh, because they had blocked you.
Every time I hit the generate code, I was just getting errors. So I had to message their support and be like, hey guys, here's a bunch of screenshots. Here's all the answers to your question. And they couldn't give me a reason why I couldn't make it. They're like, all right, try again. We fixed something. It just made it. I was like, wow, thanks.
It's crazy. All right, what was the best and worst of 2025 for you guys?
All right, let's start with the best. What was the best for Magic the Gathering? Donald, I want you to go first because you're the only one in the continental United States that's going to have your answer. So just go for it, buddy.
The only interaction with Magic I had in 2025 was Spider-Man. So, I mean, by default, does that make it the best and worst for me?
I just want our podcast to be the only podcast that lists Spider-Man as one of the best of 2025.
Hey, he thought it was a great limited environment.
I'm happy for that. We stand outside the box. We think for ourselves on this podcast.
So much for New Year, New Louis.
I never said that. I never
said that. You're very much the same, Louis.
I didn't even know. I spent my whole night last night. I went to bed at 10 o'clock and I said, I don't even care. It's the same.
It's not true because you texted me at
11:15. I got up at 11:30 to make sure my kid could go back to sleep, but she was hacking her brains out. And then I texted you Happy New Year and went back to bed.
I actually did go to bed at 10 though, and stayed in bed and slept until 10 this morning.
Think of Donald.
No, I had to text Donald Happy New Year before he texted me Happy New Year.
So you hit him an hour early?
Yeah. Donald, Spider-Man's really your best of 2025?
I guess. Like,
it's
the only interaction I had really with Magic. I will say, I played. Was that still 2025? It was. Final Fantasy was 2025, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I played in that game. We played the Commander Precons.
Oh yeah.
And that was probably one of the most fun Precon games I've ever played. I played the Cloud Precon, and it was a blast to play. And all the Precons, I know we've talked about this before, but all the Precons like just felt really. It was a fun game. It was pretty evenly matched, Precon to Precon. So that was probably my best Magic interaction of the year, I would say.
This year felt more balanced from a Precon perspective, didn't it? Like, there were powerful decks, sure, but the pods played better.
There's no other one to compare it to because it was the only set that we got 4 decks, right?
Tarkir, we got 5.
We got 5, yeah.
Okay.
So those 2 felt good, and then the other ones seemed like Aether Drift. We've had an Aether Drift pop into a Tarkir pod before, and it was like it played along well enough, right? There was nothing like
they've gotten really good at making precons.
Yeah.
Like there's really not a huge miss on precons over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think they've gotten less afraid of reprinting like big cards in precons, which like before it seemed like it was just let's put as much like low cost trash as we can in here instead of like the card that we really want to see. And I think they got better about that. Like the they're reprinting stuff so much that like they don't care about the reprint value of a lot of those cards that are going in the commander precons. But
The decks are
like
built with a goal, right? Like at least they have like synergy. The deck is synergistic now.
Usually.
It does something.
usually,
Yeah.
sometimes.
I think the one of the positives of having themes is that it makes it easier for them to make specialized commander decks. So like Aether Drift was a theme, right? It was like whatever. Edge of
Pod racing.
Eternities is space. It was a theme. Final Fantasy is a theme in of itself. Dragons is a theme, right? Like you have all those things. Whereas when it was Commander 2020, whatever, and there was no theme, it's harder to make them feel good. And that's one of the benefits of the way Magic is done right now, I think.
But they do, like, was it Commander Masters where they did the Sliver deck, and
Yeah.
like they do popular things like that. But then like the Sliver deck wasn't that great because it's so hard to precon a 5-collar deck because they will not put good lands in there.
Yeah, but
Like that's one thing they have not
Commander
done.
Masters is almost 3 years ago now.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
that's true.
dating
Oh,
yourself.
God.
You're
It's
dating
almost as old as my car.
the average Magic the Gathering player cycles 3 years, wasn't even around at Commander Masters. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, like when
It
they
shows
try
you're complaining about $120 booster boxes. It shows.
Yeah.
when they try and do too many colors in a deck,
Yeah, because they don't want to
and they refuse to put good lands in there. Like it doesn't matter what the theme is; it just doesn't work. Like anytime they've done like the Dragon, if you want to really date yourself, let's go to 2016 Command. The Dragon
10 years ago.
Commander deck was just awful to play because it was you're not getting the mana you need.
Josh, what was your favorite and why was it Aether Drift?
So I bit the bullet. Aether Drift was on my 5. It was in my 5 worst list. I wanted it to be better. I still like it, but I respect that it was bad. I want to go all the way back. I want to pull something out of the hat because Final Fantasy was the best. Yeah, it was great. Innistrad Remastered for a Magic the Gathering in-universe experience for the price of what an Innistrad Remastered playbox costs right now, we missed. Like, we're all universes beyond now. Everything is crazy. Innistrad Remastered in a world with no other master sets is a super fun like box to open and play with your friends with. Like I didn't think we'd be here. Man, we're here.
For a plane that is so popular, like I thought Innistrad Remastered would just be a out of the ballpark hit because Innistrad is such a popular plane.
Yeah, but there's no reprint equity.
There wasn't. Like the set just did not do well on release.
It was just the Edgar, right?
It was just Edgar.
Yeah.
And all the other ones are nostalgic to us three.
Sure.
But in reality, they don't see any play in Commander. They don't see, like, no one's playing Snapcaster Mage and
which is so sad.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're talking about, right? For us. Like, that's why.
Right. So essentially it's a great limited experience, but like you guys know this, limited doesn't sell boxes. The amount of people who play limited versus the amount of people who open product just to open singles. Even like we sell Commander Masters draft packs all the time. I'm like, please don't just buy a Commander Masters draft pack. Please buy 3 and get your friends and play draft. Please do it because it's the best way to play Magic.
Well, Innistrad Remastered is a really fun opening experience for people like me and you guys probably. You see a card, you're like, oh man, look at how sick that is. This is Snapcaster Mage. That's a mate. Like, that's fun. You're not gonna go to TCG Player, crack all those packs, and be like, look at all the value I got. Like, that's just not gonna happen. But it's really fun to open. It's really fun to play, and you can find space in your commander decks for most of those older cards. Like they don't play in modern or vintage anymore, but you can find space in commander for these things.
Yeah. But again, the value is just not there because there's not that
much. My statement is in no way based on the value of the cards. It's just now, especially looking forward into 2026, like the idea of closing my eyes and be like, I get to open iconic cards from Innistrad and play in Innistrad and get a real, in my opinion, Magic the Gathering feel. I'm like, man, I'm gonna miss that more than I thought I would at this point.
Yeah. See, that's what I get when I play Commander Masters Draft. Like I just it feels like you're playing Magic. That's a good take. I like Innistrad Remastered. That was a good set. I have way too much collector boxes of Innistrad Remastered. I bought the dip on Innistrad Remastered collector.
Which one? Which dip?
Yeah, which one? Not late enough.
What about you? Louis? What's the 2025 highlight?
I will talk as a game store owner.
Oh, great.
Final Fantasy was, I mean, like it was incredible. It was such a
Ooh, what a boring. The best set of all time is the best set in 2025. Whoa.
It brought in a lot of new people. It jump started the market in a time when the market was kind of, down and not doing great compared to, a lot of other things. It was just all in all a very good set if you owned a game store. I'll just leave it at that. It was just very good. So I got to be honest. Like
me having the only best of 2025 not in Universes Beyond, and people didn't see that coming.
Honestly, Tarkir kind of was a miss for me. I didn't think Tarkir was as good as
the Commander precons were so good.
I don't know. That was the only pre-release I played this year, and I played it 3 times. Like
really?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought the Tarkir pre-release was.
So there was a lot going on in my personal life in that month, and in the store transition and stuff. So maybe that just put a damper on it.
That was it was in April. Tarkir was in April.
I don't remember.
I played it. The reason I played was for your birthday. Remember, we played. I played that night because you said for your birthday all you wanted was me to play Magic. So I played. I signed up for the pre-release, and then Louis opened his packs and then dropped and left. He was like, "Hey, can you finish running this for me? I'm gonna go home." Like,
no, that's how it went down.
That's 1000% how it went down.
Louis' favorite moment of Magic in 2025 was forcing other people to buy stuff from him.
And
then I'd probably let him play for free.
That's true. That's probably true.
I'd probably let you play. I definitely would have let you play for free.
This was old tax bracket Donald. You probably let him play.
Oh, that's fair. It was old tax bracket
Donald. New tax bracket Donald? You're charging him. You gotta pay up, buddy.
I don't know. This year was kind of, I'm not gonna lie. This year was, as a person who loves Magic, it was kind of a down year. Like I just wasn't excited about any of the sets. It felt super Universes Beyond-y. But Final Fantasy, I felt was
we're not even in the year of the universe.
Hold on to your butts.
I know. Well, like I don't know, like even for me, like even Aether Drift and Edge of Eternities just didn't.
They do feel Universe Beyond.
It didn't click that Magic thing for me, and that's fine. I don't want to just complain here. But like from a business perspective, Final Fantasy was really good, and I also felt like Final Fantasy the precons were really fun to play in a pod. And like that is what I really like. Like I wish Spider-Man was just 4 precons. I really do enjoy now. I've gotten over the hump. Like I really enjoy Universes Beyond Commander. Like I think like that's really, it works, especially playing in the pods. And the Final Fantasy ones were really fun to play. But yeah.
So can we be in a safe space here? Safe space where I can. I'm going to admit
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, I'm going to admit it anyway. I always was okay with Universes Beyond, and all my Universes Beyond takes have been based around Universes Beyond and Commander. With Universes Beyond fully entering Standard, I used to grind Standard all the time on Arena. I loved it. I had so much fun. The meta was exciting. Universes Beyond and maybe it's just getting older. Maybe it's more things in the life. Second kid almost here. I haven't played Standard since Final Fantasy landed because I was like, I don't like it.
You're gonna see a lot of that, man. You're gonna see a lot of people talking like that, and I'm telling you, Wizards is gonna look at the pre-release numbers. They're gonna see pre-release numbers for Spider-Man, maybe not for Avatar, but they're gonna see pre-release numbers for into 2026. They're gonna see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles numbers, and they're gonna compare those to Lorwyn. They're gonna compare those to Tarkir, and they're gonna see something's not right. Well, that's what I think.
Do you think that could be that could be counteracted. Like more people were playing Commander, right, because of Universes Beyond. You can't argue with me that there's not more humans playing Commander since Universes Beyond than before it. Like I just
Yeah,
don't
I agree.
subscribe to that. But do you think that that will work with Arena? Do you think people will be like, "Oh, I'll download Arena because I like Final Fantasy, I had fun with Commander. I'll try it here. I'll play some Standard. I'll play some decks here."
I am not the I live my life pretending Arena doesn't exist. It doesn't. The Arena discussion doesn't even. I don't think about it. I don't know anything about it. I don't pay attention to it. I wish I could give you some sort of opinion, but I have zero like I don't know anybody. I don't ever talk to people who play Arena. I have no connection to Arena.
That's just the way Standard lives. So I guess my point is Universes Beyond in a social game experience, I think brings people in. Universes Beyond in a standard, and I say this with air quotes because standard isn't always like play the most competitive deck. It's brew something, it's play the cards you like, especially on Arena. Like that's a lot of fun. But I don't think Universes Beyond has the same effect in that realm as it does in Commander. As much as I play it casually and brew and have fun, I, I don't think it's as welcoming to that environment, that approach.
Yeah, I mean, I I also maybe this. I think this is answering your question. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I also feel like when you build a commander deck and you build one, you say, "Hey, I'm going to build a Spider-Man commander deck." That's your decision, and you're like, and then when you play against somebody in the pod who has also made that decision, you're like, "That's fine." Like I'm playing commander, they chose to build a Spider-Man deck, just like they chose to build an Orlo, whatever deck. That was an old callback, 2013 Commander deck, Donald. Um, and when you bring that stuff into Standard, and all of a sudden you're forced to play Final Fantasy cards or Spider-Man cards or whatever, and your deck, I think there's some people who just like, I don't want to interact with those things. I'm not here to play Spider-Man, and so when it comes to playing a deck like that, then they don't want to do that. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel the same to them. That'd be
And for me, I'll be clear. I don't care that so much interacting in the sense that like my opponent plays those cards.
right.
I just don't have the same passion for looking through them and like
Yeah,
finding out what they do and stuff because and maybe it's we've talked about this. I just keep missing Universes Beyond. It's not stuff I like.
not like
So like maybe it was Universe Beyond I like, I'd be like, oh, this is dope. But it's just I'm just old. My car is 10 years old, guys. My car almost has a license. I don't know. I just and so that's a scary thing to admit because that's always been a way at home with kids and a busy life to like pop on and play Magic the way I've always loved it, and that's kind of going by the wayside. It scares me.
yeah. All right, do we talk about the worst things?
I mean, I think we should, and I think we got to reverse it. You got to kick it off.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man was awful. Everything about Spider-Man was terribly handled from Wizards of the Coast.
buddy.
From the way that they allocated without any information to the like YouTubers claiming that it was never going to get reprinted and causing the market to
That's what you get for listening to YouTubers.
pump. Like from the
Right,
entire
YouTuber.
to like people buying collector boxes based on Final Fantasy hype, that was crazy. Like the whole thing, I don't think there's anybody other than Donald who can look back at Spider-Man and be like, that was a good time. Like I feel like almost across the board, it was a miss. For stores, like I know stores who sold a ton of product and sold a ton of collector boxes and made money off the hype, and they feel bad because their customers got completely bamboozled and hosed. And
Those
it wasn't,
boxes, remember, at one point were $800.
yeah, and it wasn't even really. I mean, you could make an argument that it's the store's fault for charging that much, right? Like that's a argument you could make, but also the market was dictating the prices, and the market was whatever. And then I also know stores, and like myself, like I have like 120 Spider-Man play boxes sitting on a shelf because they had like this second wave, and I took it, and then everybody took it. I mean, like it's just like stuff like that are it's just not. It was handled so poorly from across the board.
It's crazy because I think what's the biggest telling aspect of Spider-Man is right now you can have a Magic the Gathering play booster box for under $100, and the community is overwhelmingly like, nah. Everyone's like, Magic play boxes should be cheaper. Magic boxes should be less than $100. Here's one that's less than $100. Nah. It just
I'll
goes to
buy
show
one.
you, like, Wizards can't pivot, man. They're a massive company, and it's tough to change. So much design goes into a Magic set, so much thought, so much planning, and to last minute pivot, even if the last minute is 6 months, redesign a set as a standard draft set from whatever it was. They don't do well at that yet. They don't
Well,
move quickly.
and it was just such a weird release. Remember they like dropped the contract with Ultra Pro in the middle of the release,
Like the day of the
and
day
like
of
Ultra
release.
Pro had to cancel their stuff.
Yeah.
Like there was something that was going on
There
in that
was-
whole thing that just caused the Spider-Man release to be awful.
Well, and the having to make a whole arena set, the
Yeah.
same cards that
Yeah,
were not Spider-Man. Like,
Spider-Lord arena
yeah,
set.
like there was definitely something that happened there. But my thing is, I don't treat the Spider-Man set as a Magic the Gathering set. I treat it as a like a Marvel tops whatever. Like I got it just to look at the pretty pictures on the cards. I don't even read them. I don't even know what they say. Like I just was looking at the pictures. Like when Louis reads a book, it's like
That was
that
so
was
good. That was so good. What? We're not glossing over how good that was.
All right,
Is
all
that
right.
the best
Josh,
part
what
of
was your least favorite
2026?
part?
So good.
Josh is your Spider-Man.
No, I don't want it to be Spider-Man. Listen, maybe you're just coming off a bad content week. We're like, all right, best of 2025, the clear best thing. Worst of 2025, the clear worst thing. Like,
Sometimes the meta's the meta, Josh. You got to play the meta, buddy. What do you want
listen,
from me?
that's just boring, man. I can't get behind it. I can't agree. The thing I'm most scared of is what I'll go with. The thing I'm the most afraid of in 2020 from 2025 was the direct to consumer Commander Precon upgrades. That's the thing I'm most worried about. When we got Edge of Eternity's Precon decks with upgrades via Secret Lair. Do you remember
I
that?
don't remember that.
Yeah,
don't
so
know
we
either.
Edge of Eternity's Precon decks and a
They
Secret Lair
promoted
came
a
with the
Secret
Precon
Lair.
deck and then a package like a
Oh.
5 or 7 card upgrade package.
So
right?
you're saying Wizards moving direct to consumer with Commander decks?
That was the thing that I'm most afraid of because I think Commander decks
I
are a
respect
very
this take.
stable way for stores to rely on a release. Like you're going to be able to sell these Commander decks. You're going to have people excited to buy these Commander decks. Play these. Heck, you got people buying them to part them out and sell singles, right? Like that happens almost every single Commander release. Having that deck direct to consumer with a package of upgrades. Hey, we've determined this is how you can make this deck better. That
Yeah.
it just
They
doesn't
could
sit
just
right
they
with
could
me.
just include those cards. In the-
Well, I can't. Maybe that's not the best. You don't want every deck to be the most powerful it can off the shelf. You want to give players room to upgrade and create and buy and build. And like, I understand that, but something about that experience just still doesn't sit right with me. I can't quite put my finger on it.
So hot take, that mixed with the reduction in the amount of Commander decks in 2026 and late 2025, is that a sign that they are moving to direct to consumer Commander, which is what I said they were going to do for Spider-Man? So they're going to have a Secret Lair Commander set, kind of like they've already done 1 or 2 Secret Lair Commanders, right? But it's going to be the release that would have been in the LGSs.
I mean, we've taken the keepy uppy balloon of direct to consumer stuff for like the last 2 years on this podcast, and it's coming. I just really hope not. I really hope they don't think the one thing that could have made the Spider-Man the worst set of the year like palatable and a little more stable and be like, hey, it's a year later, and guess what? Stores don't get it direct to you. Only if you're
No, I'm not saying
subscribed
it
to
would be
secretlair.com.
Spider-Man. I'm just saying they will start doing Commander decks direct to consumer rather than
I don't
through.
think they'll do all Commander decks. Like that would be really bad for the ecosystem. If they start doing you can't get commander decks from your store, you have to go on secretlair.com. That's a problem.
I
Like,
agree.
especially because you buy the commander decks at the store, open them, sleeve them, and play. Like
Right.
that happens all the time.
I agree. Donald, what was your least favorite thing in 2025?
My experience with Secret Lair. It was
That's
the
a good one.
first time that I bought or even cared about Secret Lairs, and they were all very poor experiences.
What's the
Yeah.
James Franco meme with the noose around his neck? First time?
It
You
was.
didn't like waiting on your computer for 4 hours to order something.
I didn't like the 4-hour queue. Didn't like that. And then like the Sonic one, for instance. I was interested in the Sonic one, and I waited my 4 hours, whatever, to get my Sonic thing, and then it was still available for like 3 days.
Yeah.
So did I really need to wait those 4 hours to get it? No. I mean, I don't know. I guess it also encompasses like the stuff I was really excited about in Secret Lair this year. There was stuff that I was really very much not excited about in Secret Lair, like Dwight Schrute, and
I
like
played against that deck the other day.
some really stupid Secret Lairs.
How many
Like
beats did they make?
So it's amazing to me that they haven't incorporated a better queue system. I agree wholeheartedly with this and Pokemon too. That one's terrible.
It's also terrible. Yeah,
There's
It's hard, man.
so there's a website called gradedguard.com, and they make this is everyone's
it's like a raffle.
Yeah, and
Everyone's
they
gonna
do,
say you're
Is
shilling.
this your newest? Is
Yeah,
this
this
your
is the
newest
newest
gotcha
shill.
machine poll?
Yeah.
but they have a thing where you enter and you type in your email address and your credit card stuff, and when you enter the launch and you like pre-authorize your card, and then they have it up for 7 days. At the end of the 7 days, you get an email if you won, and it charges your card. That is the type of thing they should do with Secret Lair.
Lorcana did that when they had first chapter boxes. It was like a raffle that you just entered like that, and if you won it, then it charged your card and it was shipped to you. Like that's so much better than I would definitely be okay with just putting my stuff in and then not winning a raffle than I would be sitting in line for 4 hours to get nothing.
Yeah.
Because that definitely happened several times.
Maybe, but at the scale of Magic the Gathering, I think the hesitation to pivot to that model is initially you're going to look at Chargeback City. There's going to be a million people like, oh, I forgot I did that. I don't want this anymore. I found out what the cards were or something like that, or I had the money when I did it and now I don't. So invalid transaction, charge that back. And from a business standpoint, you're only allocated a certain number of chargebacks per billing cycle and per month, like a rolling 30-day period. And you can incur some pretty massive fines and, dissolution of your merchant account and things like that if you get into that world. So it's going to be hard for something like Pokemon or Magic to pivot into that. I work in payment processing, so that's like
technical Josh over here.
No, but like that's gonna be
answers.
It's a big moat to like move to that model. Your first couple months are going to be like, this is really bad for our business relationship with our sponsor bank and our processors. Like,
remember
that's a big deal.
Remember the Mythic Edition fiasco?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that was with eBay.
Yeah, that was through eBay, and they talk about all the
They like added
processing fees and
they added like an extra 0 on their quantity. That's what happened with that Mythic Edition.
And then had to like send people full uncut sheets and so like
right. Well, then now the onus is on you too as a company, where when you're ordering and you're screwing up orders, it's more spot. But if you screw up something across the board like that and you've pre-validated and charged a bunch of accounts, you're not winning any of those chargebacks.
Right.
Like those are all it's a system that's super consumer leaning already. You're not winning those. Like you're just gonna eat it.
All right, let's look into 2026. What's your hot take for 2026? Not your best and worst. We're not gonna do that. What's your hot 2026 take?
I'm a broken record. Donna, you go first because I'm a broken record here.
we're gonna see a Magic decline in 2026.
What does that mean?
A sales and interest decline in 2026 from what we've seen. We've kind of been on a steady climb here lately. I say we're going down the other side in 2026.
Mm.
You're going to the gym now. You got to remember, progress isn't linear, right? There's going to be, if you were to zoom in on the progress graph at any time, there's ups and downs. There's ups and downs. It's just as the overall trend over a long period of time go up. Are you saying this is the start of the fall of Magic?
Yeah, Magic's dead in 5 years. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, you'll never see another card again.
I'm trying to lean you
No.
into hot take territory, baby. This is hot take time.
No, I just think that the combination of all the Universes Beyond sets and like not great Universes Beyond sets or IPs, and then
The Hobbit's pretty good.
the Hobbit will probably be set of the year for sure. I have no doubts with that. But the thing is, the economy's not great, and the the sets aren't going to be great. People aren't going to be spending extra money on not great Magic sets. They're just not going to do it.
Can I
So
tell you that I agree with you for the most part about like the basis of why you're making this argument? But it is funny that I think every year on this podcast we say the economy is not great, so things aren't going to go well. Donald, I agree with you. I think you're correct. I just think I also am like having these flashbacks where I think we say this annually.
I think that so I agree with some of the things you're saying, Donald.
Yes.
I think that Magic people don't always have the best financial
that's fair.
knowledge,
That's fair.
and I think a lot of
But
the times a negative economy almost drives more escapism, and like I have to go do something, and so then they go to a card shop.
yeah,
To
until
a
your
point.
credit card
To a degree,
declines,
to a degree. Yeah,
and you have
there's definitely a line there, right? But
You could tell me a world where a declining economy greatly boosts like limited play at draft nights and pre-release turnout because it's like everything's going on. I'm gonna save up and these are my events. I'm gonna go 7 times a year. This is gonna be the thing I do. You can't afford to be as wide reaching with your hobbies. I'm gonna be narrow focused and I'm gonna really take these moments in and enjoy them. But as
right.
soon as there's a bottom there, right? Where you hit that bottom, it's like, well, that goes away real quick at that point.
I mean, I think people would choose. I think the buying of a box or a case or whatever will definitely go to the wayside versus someone playing in a pre-release. I think that's most people's number one. Like if they had to only interact with Magic in one way this year, it would be playing a pre-release as
Right.
opposed to buying a booster box.
Yeah.
But
Donald, do you have a specific set that you think causes the downturn?
I think that first of all, Star Trek is worst set of the year. I think for sure. But
I'm there.
but I don't think that
I've
the
never agreed with
other.
something as much as I just agreed with that take from Donald.
I don't think the universes within sets outside of Lorwyn are even that great. That's the thing. Like I'm a big hater of Strixhaven. I think that Strixhaven is not a great
You're wrong.
plane.
You're just
Yeah,
wrong.
and that's fine. That's fine.
Fine, you can just be
But
wrong.
I think that like Reality Fracture is
We know nothing
sure,
about that though.
like we know it's Edge of Eternities too. Like we do know that.
Do we?
I think we
Yeah.
assumed that. I don't.
No, I think that's.
I
that's
thought we
known.
assumed it was Eldrazi.
I think it might be, but I mean there were Eldrazi and Edge of Eternities, right? Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
Pretty sure. Anyway, I don't know. I didn't.
The Edge of
I didn't
Eternities
play a single
quizzing that
card
we're
from
doing right now on this podcast. We've talked about Edge a lot. I don't
I
know.
was not prepared for the Edge of Eternities.
I'm 90% sure that like it is known that Reality Fracture or whatever it's called is Edge of Eternities too. Anyway, the point is, I think the universes within sets aren't great either. Like I think Lorwyn will start off with a bang, and I think it's all downhill from there until the Hobbit.
Well, I agree with that take, but I think Lorwyn's a really good playing. I think Strixhaven's
Lorwyn's great. I
better
think
than you think it is. I think
Lorwyn
Reality
will do well.
Fracture has some potential to be like, as long as Reality Fracture isn't.
The thing is, it's like sandwiched between really bad sets. So like it might do better than expected just because people are like, oh, finally a Magic set. Like
I think the Hobbit will do pretty well.
Yeah, there's no question. No one is denying that the Hobbit.
So that's what Reality Fracture is between.
I'm
The
pretty sure it's between
The Hobbit and Star Trek.
and Star Trek. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't have the graphic up, but
My take for 2026 is that Wizards will see the demand and in-person play for Lorwyn, Strixhaven, and Reality Fracture, and that there will be a stark contrast. Maybe not the Hobbit, but compared to Ninja Turtles, Marvel, and Star Trek, and that this year will be the year that they see the data that will cause them to reduce the number of universes beyond and or change the way they do universes beyond. It won't take place until 2028. Like they plan far enough out. But I think what they will end up seeing is universes beyond works really well for things like a commander set. But if it's gonna be a full-on set, it has to be something that fits the narrative of Magic the Gathering, like The Hobbit fits or like Final Fantasy fits. But things like Marvel superheroes or Mutant Ninja Turtles or Star Trek don't fit that, so they have to look at them differently. So
yeah, it goes Hobbit, Reality Fracture, Star Trek.
yeah.
So like Hobbit is going to be up here. We're going to come down with Reality Fracture, and we'll go way down here with Star Trek. So whatever the first set of 2027 is, better be a banger. Like they just
It's
if
gonna
they
be
do like
Innistrad remastered.
remastered,
Commander
Remastered.
Masters Remastered.
like
Remastered.
that first set of 2027 has to be good. If it's on the par with Star Trek, then Magic's dead. We're done.
So can I tell you, I'm annoyed because we were wheeling, and you jumped in front of me on this one, and you definitely used what I think is the correct take.
Me?
Because my thought is 2026 is that it becomes clear that Universes Beyond is best used as a sometime snack and not a main course. I really do believe when you use Universes Beyond and wield that power correctly, it's extremely powerful. When you
Yeah.
have the lineup in 2026, Universes Beyond, and getting an outside IP into Magic and all the hype, it just doesn't carry the same weight. I 100% agree with that take, and maybe this is just my wishful thinking and my hopes and dreams, but it's the start of the okay. Instead of just everything Universes Beyond, where can we properly yield it? It works in Commander. It doesn't work here. Starting to actually use it like a surgical knife rather than a broadsword that we're just swinging around in every set.
Yeah.
But I got a better one, and it's my same take every year. And this is why I didn't want to go first. The only thing that can save Star Trek, the only thing is actor autographs on the cards. Bring tie Magic to the real world.
That's not going to happen.
So
I listened. It's called the hot take segment.
Eventually,
get on board, kid.
Eventually, I think that will happen. The problem is, I don't think they care enough right now. Like it's been so easy for them the last year or 2 years with the Universes Beyond. Like I think that they've got to. That's got to be for something they got to dive deep in. I don't think it happens for Star Trek.
So, but by the time Star Trek rolls around, we could be in a world where Magic is, like we've talked about,
Dead.
maybe interest is dead, absolutely dead. There's no more Magic cards. Interest is waning. The autograph thing, just dealing with talking to other TCGs that do autographs on their cards and stuff like that, it doesn't have to be super planned ahead. In the sense that you can pivot more last second to get a group of 100 of each of the characters' cards, get a contract with that actor who's already doing signing for, like Donald mentioned, things like top sets and things, and do a pretty standard contract with them, ship it out to them, do some on-card autos, have it shipped back. There's logistics there with
you're talking like live signatures and not like
not the stamps, real signatures. And I think it could be something where if early enough the alarm bells are ringing, you could pivot into if they haven't already had it planned. But I do think that's the dumbest thing that they do, and I hate this, is every time they stamp an autograph on the card. I hate that Riot does this too. Like they have LCS professional players that people idolize and follow by the tens of thousands, and you're stamping autographs for artists and stuff on these cards. No, man, just sign the contract and autograph the cards. What are we doing?
So I think that's a really interesting thing. The signatures. It made me think. What is because when you said that, I was like, why Star Trek? That seems like if you were gonna do the first autographs, why would you do Star Trek? Like,
I think it's a perfect. I think
oh,
it's like.
I guess I
think-
just don't care about Star Trek, and you guys.
Well,
Yeah,
it's,
but
well, it's an
like there's
era
some
of fans.
Nerds.
It's an
Like,
era
I would
of fans back then
100%.
that cared about autograph memorabilia more than we do now, right? Like that era of fandom cares more about autograph memorabilia. And there's also like when there's panels, think Comic-Con panels, right? These Star Trek personalities, these actors go up to panels to talk. People fill auditoriums to listen to these people talk, right? So they care about the people behind the character. So I said this for Lord of the Rings. It makes sense to that level for Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings never needed it, but gosh, imagine if there was actor signatures
Or like
in the Lord
Yeah,
of the Rings.
I think a Leonard Nimoy signature would go so much further than a
I forgot that's your favorite show.
Star Trek.
he's doing the Universe Beyond.
It made me your autograph thing made me want to make a prediction for 2027. You ready for this? The
Is
worst
it autographs on cards?
the worst possible thing that you could possibly do for Magic the Gathering. You ready? Universes Beyond professional sports team. Like,
Why do you hate that I like sports cards now?
No,
Why is it like
the
your
same
weird
reason he
hate?
thinks
Why is
every
this your
universe is
weird
beyond
targeted
professional?
hate? I
Like-
found something that I enjoy when I can't play Arena anymore, and now you just hate
He
on it.
doesn't like people to have enjoyment in life.
No, I'm saying I wasn't even saying that about you. I'm
What?
saying like, can you imagine if they run out of
I
like
hope this is.
eventually they're gonna run out of IPs. They're gonna do things like Universes Beyond, Magic the Gathering meets Major League Baseball. Here you can pull your autographed Ty Cobb card.
They
That is
they already
Jace.
did that. They gave the Chandra, they did the Planeswalker baseball cards where they stamped the
Yeah,
fake auto of the Planeswalker.
right.
Those were cool.
Dumb.
I like that.
It's gonna be a baseball land.
Why do you hate sports cards so much?
I don't.
They make hockey cards. I know it's not like a real sport, but they make them and nobody cares about them, but you can get them. In fact, you can really get them because no one buys them.
I don't care about them. I don't not care about. Like, I don't hate them. It was just a terrible.
Our
Universe
text
Beyond.
feed says you hate them.
I love when you get really excited about things. It makes me happy.
I am
You-
so excited about sports
Yeah.
cards.
You have an addictive personality like me. I think maybe part of the reason I don't like it is because I see a little bit of myself in you.
Well, so here's what I think it is because of the universe. I confided in you guys and our 10 viewers earlier today about Universes Beyond and the things I don't enjoy about that and how it's maybe distancing me a bit from playing Arena. It's my outlet. It's just a new place to put that energy, I think is what it is.
Speaking of new places to put your energy, why don't you tell us about your Sorcery Contested Realm Gothic box opening experience?
I just shouldn't have listened to you. I listened to you and I regret it. And I realized that I shouldn't have listened to you, but I did it anyway. And I gotta tell you,
All the shilling that he's done, like you still haven't learned to not fall for it.
I get excited about the things my friends are excited about. I try to be involved. I've spent so much money based on supporting Louis in this friendship, and there's been nothing in return and no love and just cold shoulders and closed doors. It's been
What
awful.
happened? What happened, boo-boo?
I opened some sorcery boxes and I got maybe the most unlucky boxes of all time. TCG Player Journey started. I was like, I got some old fab trash around here I can list on TCG Player. I'm like, oh, but sorcery's hot. I'll put some sorcery up there. Crack the boxes. I'd rather sell the singles than the box and shipping and all that logistics. And TCG Player has a certain number of sales, blah, blah, blah. Crack the boxes, started looking up card values. I was like, oh, I got wrecked.
How many boxes did you open?
Just 2. I'm not saying that Sorcery EV is bad. I'm saying I got wrecked on my sorcery box openings. I'm not saying that the EV is bad. I'm saying I personally got destroyed on the 2 that I happened to pick off the shelf.
So did you open any unique foils or elite foils?
I think I got like 2 or 3 elite foils.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But no unique foils.
Yeah.
So
it's hit or miss, man. With a set that big, you almost have
Yeah.
to open a full case to get like a.
And I forgot, again, maybe it's the sports. I put together a bunch of full base card sports sets for my brother-in-laws and stuff that have gotten into sports cards too. The sorcery cards don't have numbers on them, so I was trying to order them to make them easier to list. And I was like, there's no numbers on these things.
That's
I'm not going to do it
one of the
alphabetically. What am I, Einstein? Like, this is insane.
that's one of the things, like, to collect sorcery is so frustrating. Like, that I get that for some people it's like, oh, you can build your own adventure and do whatever you want. But for me, like, it it frustrates me to not know exactly what order they should go in. I need them to tell me. I don't want to make up
I
my
don't think
own.
you're wrong. I don't think I like it too. And I've never put Magic cards in a binder ever based on the number of a card. It's always been play sets organized by the decks I would put them in or something like that. I've never done by the number of the card. But in this case, when I was gonna list them for sale, I was annoyed. I was just like, oh,
It is annoying when you have to list sorcery for particularly this set too. There are so many uniques and so many exceptionals and
yeah,
so many whatever. Like you're going through it and you're like, oh, I got one of the. We do it as you can export a spreadsheet and then you put them in alphabetical order and then you put your numbers on them. But
right.
it's like kind of a lot of work to do that when you have one of each unique. Like,
So can I be critical
yeah,
for a
absolutely.
moment? So that, by the way, that is not a critical statement. I understand opening 2 boxes is not a reflection of sorcery. I'm not saying that in any way. I do want to be critical for a second, though. And I want to back up that criticality with a following compliment.
Criticality. Is that a word?
Yeah. Is that not a word?
The way criticality.
Not sure that's a word, but
I think
back
criticality
it
is a
up.
word.
Back it
Maybe
up,
it's
baby.
not. Yeah,
Come on, back it up.
I don't like how sorcery card feels. I don't like how sorcery cards feel.
Really?
I don't like the card quality of base sorcery cards. I get that they spend a lot of money on the art. I understand that the people work very hard on those art. It feels very much like an indie TCG to me. It doesn't feel premium. It doesn't feel this like,
Really?
yeah, I don't like. However, sorcery foils completely like if I could be critical over here on the negative for regular sorcery cards, I'm
That's
like
wild.
here for sorcery foils. The contrast is stark,
So
in my opinion. It is crazy just from the feel and the bend and the experience of the card from one to the other is insane.
tell me and the viewers what other games you've interacted with though. Like what in the last month, what other card games have you held cards for?
Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, Wonders of the First, Sorcery.
Okay.
Off the rip.
Yeah.
MetaZoo too. I pulled out a bunch of old MetaZoo cards. And sorcery based cards are on the lower end of that list.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Because I feel like they're way better than like Lorcana. I feel like they're way better than
No.
I don't like the way that
I don't know if I've held a Lorcana card this month. I don't think I have.
I don't like the way
on
they're
flat.
definitely different than Magic and Flesh and Blood. Like they're not Card of Monday. Is
Yeah.
Lorcana printed in Card of Monday? Anybody know?
I think Lorcana cards feel so close to like a regular TCG, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
they feel just like Magic cards.
Yeah.
You're biased against Lorcana is
I don't think
showing.
so.
Yeah, big
But-
time. There's nothing wrong with the
So I don't
print.
like One Piece cards. Like they feel plasticky.
I don't like
One
One Piece
I agree.
cards
I also have
either.
held One Piece cards this month too. I forgot about that.
And I agree with Wonders and that whole whatever printer facility they use is actually very similar. You've got a box of what's that Ravage Lands box right there? Down. Well, yeah, Genesis and the one to the right there.
Oh, Legions, Realms of War.
Legion, yeah, those were both printed in the same facility. Like that.
Sorcery felt closer to that.
Oh, I
than-
totally
than like
disagree.
a standard TCG that I handle.
I
It
totally.
just
And
is.
maybe it might be for me that I open so much sorcery that sorcery is almost as
It
regular.
feels so comfortable.
Yeah, and it's different. Like it's unique. There's not any other game I don't think that I can think of that is printed in the same way.
But it's like to just not to harp on the same thing because this is just my opinion. This is just how I feel.
Right.
This is not, and nobody else has to feel this way. But the foils, man, are just
The
it's
foils are so
night
good.
and day.
Yeah.
It's night and day. And I know the foils are supposed to feel special and they're going for that. But I think my opinion is you got to close the gap and bring the base card quality. They just don't. I don't like holding them in my hands. I just don't get the vibes. It's bad vibes.
Hmm.
And foils, great vibes, incredible vibes, immaculate vibes even.
So Card Monday is Lorcana's printer, by the way.
That makes sense. You guys might be right about Card Monday being more like Magic.
I forgot the texture on Sorcery foils too. I was sitting here by myself. I didn't record a video. I just wanted to do it for me. And I was like, I opened my first foil. I was like, God, this is pretty. And then I was putting it down and I was like, oh, I forgot that there's like the slight little bit of raise to it that gives it like some personality. Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
I've been bad. I have not opened any Sorcery since my last stream, which was 2 weeks ago.
It's the holiday season. I think all content's been bad.
Holidays, bad, dude. But I still have all my bulk here. I gotta go through. I gotta finish my deck. I was supposed to do it tonight. I haven't done it yet.
And I get like, listen, the curio thing is cool, but it's super uninviting to a casual guy who doesn't know what he's looking at. It's super uninviting for that.
I'll give you that. That's a fair. Every time I talk about curios with people, they're like, oh, how do I know if I got a curio? I'm like, well, you gotta go to this Discord server and
I know that there's a way to find out, but like I don't like your initial experience not knowing if something's
Louis, didn't you open a curio and not know, and like someone pointed it out on stream?
Yeah, I don't think that's just him.
Like,
that happens.
Right. Like I'm saying, if Louis misses it, and he's like so deep in the thing.
Well,
like,
nobody knew the curios at the time for the
record.
Interesting. This is a good pivot to Sorcery. There's only 7 curios in this set. We
know of, or
I mean, it's been a long time. At this point, we would have seen another curio.
It's just, you can also throw the phrase. I saw there was a Sorcery post about like a test print, like the end of the sheet card with like the text on it and stuff. And there was some like Chinese characters. I was like, someone goes, is that a curio? And everyone's like, when you get a test print card or a blank card, it's not a curio. It's a test print card found its way into a pack. Like, come on, guys.
But typically there's significantly more, like 14, 15 curios in a set. It seems like there's only 7 so far in Gothic, which brings out the speculation. Will they do, and this is what I have speculated, will they do different curios in future print runs of Gothic? In other words,
I hope not.
Like,
that's terrible. That's
what we got. Summer
that's
beta.
Scummy. Like, that's really scummy to do that if they do. Because then that's just saying, oh, you got to go out and buy more boxes of this print run to get.
Well, it would make if people value the Dapper Manor curio is one of the ones in this set, and if people value that one more than the other ones in the future, all of a sudden the first wave of boxes is way more expensive than the second wave. Or if there's a really much better curio in the third wave, all of a sudden those boxes are worth more than the first wave of boxes.
Right.
And then how do you know which, like, if you're buying the box on TCG Player, who's to say which wave it is? Like,
you're right, 100%.
But also the odds of pulling a curio is so bad. I could just list all my boxes on eBay as, the best curios are third wave. These are third wave boxes because you're not pulling a curio out of this. Like, you'll never call me and find out. Like, it's fine.
And the other factor of this is that the company never talks about curios. Like, they don't talk about it. They act as if they don't exist. So they can't promote it at all like that. They can't confirm anything like that. I agree that would be a disaster.
Maybe they don't really exist, and these are just
as somebody who kind of likes watching disasters unfold, I'm kind of for it. I kind of think it would be kind of fun to watch to see what happens.
Louis in 2026, his New Year's resolution is watch the world burn.
I think it'd be kind of fun to see what happens if they did that.
No, so I had my Sorcery experience there, and I don't like the base cards. I'm a bad person, I know. I know I'm a bad person for that. Just how I feel.
Most people just sleeve up cards, though, right?
Oh, it 100% doesn't matter. Every card you open, if you're going to play Sorcery, you're going to throw in a sleeve.
Right.
That's the same. There's what is it? Famously, what was the Magic set? Kaldheim. The cards for Kaldheim in Magic felt different than
Yeah,
like
they did.
regular Magic cards, and nobody bats an eye because everyone just plays Magic, and you open your Magic cards, and they either go into your precon sleeves or they go into your commander sleeve. Like nobody cares because
There's
nobody
several
handles a raw Nobody's raw dogging Magic anymore.
there's several Magic cards that I've opened and been like, "Are these fake?" Like,
Yeah.
they're just so thin and flimsy. It's like so the different print, like even in Magic, in the same set in Kaldheim, you could get really well printed cards and really not well printed cards, like
Well,
depending on
we
which.
have at the shop right now, we have Murders at Carlisle Manor packs, and somebody opened a new box to put new packs in. So in our tray of packs, there's some that are Japanese print, and there's some that are English
Belgium.
print,
Oh, is
or
it English?
Belgium, whatever it is. And when I'm pulling the packs for people, I say, "What would you rather have, Japanese or Belgium?"
100%
Yeah.
Japanese. Yes.
Funny.
It's a crazy difference.
All right. Pokemon 30th anniversary. We got our first teaser of the 30th anniversary stuff. It was a about minute long cycle of the Pokemon 30th anniversary logo with 30 different Pikachus from throughout history. I'm pretty excited for Pokemon's 30th anniversary. That's it.
That's it. Good
What
topic.
What
All
does
right.
it do?
What's the
What-
next
I
one?
want to set a precedent for Pokemon's 30th anniversary on this podcast
What's that?
because I'm excited. I think it's gonna be great. I'm excited about it. I only want to talk about the TCG aspect of Pokemon's 30th anniversary.
I was going to ask you this. What
I
is
don't-
what is your guys' relationship to Pokemon?
Hold on. Before we even go, I just don't want to get down a rabbit hole with you and do anything critical about Pokemon's 30th anniversary. Be like, have you played Blue version? I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about the show when we talk about it on this podcast. I don't care about Blue version.
Wait,
I want to talk about the trading
Hold
card
on.
game Pokemon.
I have
That's
to
it.
know. I have to know. Have you
That's it.
played Blue version?
Yeah, of course I have.
Okay.
But on this podcast,
Were
when we
you a
talk
blue
about,
kid or a red kid?
I was a blue kid.
I was a yellow kid.
I had yellow too. That was fun.
Yeah.
The little Pikachu following you around was
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
sweet.
it's best.
But when we talk about it, I'm going to talk about TCGs. And if you start to go off the rail about the IP and the Pokemon company, I don't care.
But
Wanna
see,
talk
it
about-
matters.
I don't care. I want
It
to talk about
matters, though.
see, this is no, I want to evaluate and discuss the release of the TCGs that we do for this. And you're like, yeah, but did you see what they did for Game Boy fans? Nope, don't care. Don't care.
That's
What-
the only relationship I have with Pokemon.
I was
is
gonna- yeah, what-
outside of the I mean, like I played Red and Blue and Yellow, and I played base set and Fossil Jungle, which I don't know which came first, but Jungle Fossil, which Fossil second, right? Fossil
I don't know.
Fossil
Okay,
was second.
Well, anyway,
Jungle
I played
third,
those
for
3
sure.
sets in the TCG, and then that's where my Pokemon ends.
You played more Pokemon than I ever have. That's for sure.
I don't know that I played it correctly.
You're the Pokemon expert.
I couldn't even tell you how to play it or that we played it correctly, but we played it. We played base set, Jungle Fossil, and then
See,
that's where
this is what I want to avoid. I don't care.
Look, these are what I used to make in college. I used to get the Nintendo DS cases out of the dumpster at GameStop, and then use my 3D print or my printing credit in my college to print off the things. I sold these on eBay for like $15.
That's cool.
Sold hundreds of them.
always been a scammer.
Yeah, that's how I scammed people in college. Not really scam people. That's how I hustled people in college.
Yeah.
I would love
What's the distinction between the two?
hustling is when you just outwork them. To hustle somebody means that you did the work they're not willing to do. They weren't willing to go get the Nintendo DS cases and use
That's
their
not
printer credit.
what I use for hustling. Someone is like, oh man, I've lost these last 3 games of pool to you. Better put money on it. Psych, I'm a pro. That's hustling someone.
I couldn't hustle anybody then. I'm not a pro at pool.
I don't think it just applies to.
I would love to see from Pokemon's 30th anniversary the TCG. I would love for them to incorporate things from outside the TCG into the TCG. So, in other words, I want to see a Charizard card where the art is the sprite from the Pokemon game, like the original Pokemon game. I think that kind of thing would go crazy.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. But anyway, we're super early. I just wanted to highlight, and I wanted to ask you guys, which of these 30 Pikachus is your favorite Pikachu?
The original Pikachu. There's no other Pikachu. I'm old.
Red cheeks Pikachu.
The chunky one?
Yeah, Chunkachu.
Well, we're back to Fat Pikachu, right? That's
Yeah, we're pretty
for
much
the
so.
30th year.
Well,
We're at
now
Fat Pikachu.
I think most recently we've been at Expose Pikachu.
Yeah, but they revealed that 30th Pikachu is the fat one.
Pikachu with the Poke fans.
Donald doesn't know what you're talking about.
I don't. I'm lost.
Look up the most recent expensive Pikachu.
There's the Pikachu.
Just look up the most recent expensive Pikachu from Surging Sparks. Go to Surging Sparks, cards, most expensive.
The only Pikachu I care about is is it Van Gogh?
They call this Pikachu, Donald, the butthole Pikachu.
Oh, you showed me this. I've seen this.
It's the Pikachu of the Poke fans. I went, okay, all right. Let me meld some worlds together, Louis. Let me worlds collide. There was
if you do Universes Beyond Pokemon, I'm gonna be so mad at you.
No, I'm not going to. There was a card show with sports and Pokemon, and I unloaded all the PSA 9s and Raws that we had bought over time and made like 40% unloading them all.
Nice.
On just those, and I still have all the 10s on the shelf.
The sports cards people who dabble in Pokemon are my favorite too.
No, there's two separate rooms. They
really?
2 separate rooms. No crisscross. You don't cross the streams, dude.
I went to one and they have no clue. This one guy was like, "Yeah, dude, I bought all this stuff for $50." He had like $8,000 worth of cards. Like somebody sold, not really 8,000, but he had like $1,000 worth of cards that some kid probably sold. He's like, "I gave the kid $50 for it. I felt like I did pretty good." I was like, "Holy crap, dude, you hosed that guy."
So I had an experience where they were trying to like figure. There was a group of, I would say, young adults. Let's just call them, and they were trying to buy stuff from me, and I felt like they offered me more than they should have to like resell it at their table. And I told her, I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, don't these are not 10s or 9s. Like, let's do this instead. The guy next to him was like, oh, at that price, I'll do it. I was like, no, I'm gonna get to these guys. That's fine. They're doing their hustle. That's the phrase they're using. They weren't hustling me, but they were hustling in general with a business. But I was like, I couldn't. And after that moment, I'm like, I'm only selling the rest of these to adults. Like, if you're 18 plus to buy my Pokemon cards, because I don't want to feel like I'm gypping someone. But you're an adult, and we negotiate, and you agree on a price, and you pay me. You pay me.
I agree.
I did. Oh, actually, hold on. Last story. Sorry, Donald. The reverse hollow Charizards. I unloaded all of my Raws, almost every single Raw at the same table, and we were doing everything. He priced them as regular hollows, and I didn't realize that. So he upcharged himself, and I was just like, "Oh, that's $70 now. Great." I didn't even look it up; just trusted him. The next day, I saw him. He's like, "Guess what I did? I burned myself." So I gave him a 10 slab that I had for free to make up for like a couple $100. Because I was like,
"Yeah,
great."
Good guy, Josh.
I was like, I feel like it was a 9. I didn't give him a 10 slab. It was a 9 slab, but I was like, I feel like I screwed you. Here's a couple $100 back. I'm sorry. Yeah. My bad.
I thought your deal was a deal if it was an adult.
What?
I thought your deal was a deal if it was with an adult.
Yeah, but I felt bad because he's like, I'm just getting my start. I've only been to a couple shows. And
yeah,
I don't know. I felt bad.
Good guy, Josh. I like it. Donald, what's your story?
I was gonna say my want for the 30th year of Pokemon. You know how Magic we have retro frames? I want to see them go back to the like base set frame and look for cards for the 30th.
Oh, that could be cool. Like a modern card
like
with a base
right
set frame.
modern card retro frame Pokemon.
I like that. They are doing McDonald's, a new McDonald's set. I won't talk about the rest of the things that they're doing because Josh told me I wasn't allowed because it's not TCG related.
So. It's a TCG podcast.
Barely. All right, let's talk about Riftbound boxes.
I'm glad he forgot that I just called it a podcast earlier and not a TCG podcast.
There was a big restock of Riftbound boxes. This is the second wave. I just wanted to share with you guys and hear your thoughts. Boxes topped out at about $315 in December, and this wave has boxes sitting around 290 or 261. I typically with indie card games, box price moons, second wave comes out and everything crashes and doesn't ever recoup. The demand and sell through rate seems pretty significant for this, what was a smaller wave of product. Um,
I don't think they've had time to really hit the market though. Like, I
didn't
think there's still a dip coming there. I
you
don't think
think?
that yeah, I don't, because we didn't really know when they were coming. Like they said, you know, what they thought, but like no one knew that like, oh, this was the date when new boxes are hitting the streets. I think there's still a dip to come there. I think they settle somewhere around 200,
Hmm.
honestly.
Josh?
I disagree with you. I think I don't think we see these boxes at $200 unless we do a Lorcana style. Hey, we're gonna just print and print and print and print and print and print until we
I
force it down to $200.
I think
I
they
don't
will. I think
I
they
don't think
will
they will.
print and print it. I
Well,
think they will.
we're talking about the second wave. I don't think the second wave brings us anywhere close to $200. This wave that we're talking about now. I don't think they do the first chapter thing. I don't
Hmm.
think they care as much about the box being super affordable for everyone to be involved in, and like I don't think they have the Disney kid vibe they're trying to create that Lorcana had. I don't see that happening here. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be way off, but I just don't think they're going to do that. I also think they have so many issues to solve with the erratas and their printing process as a whole, as well as the partnership that they're working with the company that's producing the boxes. I think their focus is not going to be on how can we print this into the ground. Remember, Ravensburger had issues to solve, but it was all in house. There was no partnership there, right? So I don't know. $200 seems far fetched to me.
It's interesting because the the value if you open a case or two cases has to be astronomical with the over number of signature cards going for what they're going for.
Is it
Um,
one per case in those? Is that the
it's I don't think there's any guarantee, but I mean, I've opened two boxes and gotten two of them. So, for me, it's apparently,
hot hands, McGee?
um, I,
Want to open the rest of my sorcery boxes for me?
um, I don't know. I think I lean more towards Josh on this one. Where like this wave certainly, I think you're gonna actually see boxes retrace up. This happens with One Piece pretty often, where the reprint doesn't satiate the demand, and so you see a small dip, and then it goes up and beyond the actual like the previous price. Because what happens is like I think when stores learn that they're getting more boxes, they pre-sell some boxes, right? If they were holding on to some, and then they get their new boxes in and they sell them, and so then you have a dip. But then all of a sudden, everybody runs out of boxes, and now nobody has supply anymore. And so, I think that could happen here on this wave, where you could start seeing boxes climb back up above that $300 range, and then it's all up to Riftbound to say, "Hey, we have more boxes coming," or do they not say that? Like, and that's what I don't know what game they want to play here. Um, but
It's gonna
that
be interesting to
yeah,
follow along. That's for
yeah,
sure. Where do you want this to land?
yeah.
I think the demand has already fallen off too from initial release. Like the it's not, I'm not saying the game is dead. Stop giving me those looks.
No, that's
The
not. No,
but the I think that initial everybody trying to get a box, of the new game first set, like it's always everybody scrambling to get a box, and I think a lot of that has died off. So I don't know that it can hold that price. I don't know that the demand is there to hold that price, honestly.
Selling at 30 boxes a day right now.
yeah,
Seems
it sold 900. It sold almost 1,000 boxes in the month of December already, and I get that it's the first set, so it's got some first chapter ness going to it, but it's not like it's not selling in really impressive numbers.
Yeah, they've got some stuff they need to figure out though. Like not
Oh,
just
sure.
inside the box. Like there's some definite issues with the the correlation and that kind of the collation.
Yeah.
Anyway, and print quality and stuff like that. Like they've got stuff to figure out there that I think maybe turn some people off from buying. But
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if they do a fixed errata box. So like One Piece, they
right.
had the white bottom boxes that are worth like
I think if
$10,000
they
each.
do, they don't do the one piece route and they don't you don't know the difference. Like I don't know that they market that
There's
way.
always a way to know.
The extra
Sometimes
text weighs more, Donald. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
there were Lorcana erratas that there's no way to know whether it was a
The
you
bug.
know a wave 1 or wave 2.
I
But
don't want to judge a TCG by its cover, but Riftbound comes across to me as the type of game that wants there to be an expensive version of their box.
oh,
I
for
think so
sure.
too.
For
Yeah.
sure. It is the opposite of what Lorcana is trying to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, it doesn't benefit from that as well. And also, like, Lorcana doesn't want its boxes to be vastly under MSRP where game stores can't sell them and make money. That's not like a Lorcana wants that. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Right. And that's okay. Every game company since the beginning of time seems to make that mistake at some point. And Riftbound will be on its way to making that mistake one day, I'm sure. I don't know, man. This I, there's a lot of issues to solve, but every new game has those issues to solve. And we see it as problems because listen, how do you not get we all sit here in our big chairs and be like, how do you not get this right? Like, how do you have 30 erratas in your first set? Like, what is going on? But
That's
time and
that's
time
a lot
again,
though. I mean,
You know,
that's a lot.
you know what's
no,
wild
but
is
time and time again, these new games have these problems. They have issues, and they don't address them, and they just address them down the road or later. They don't go back and revisit the issues and try to correct them. They just correct them with time, and things go fine.
They
Lorcana's no
also
exception. Riftbound's
they
no
also have a
exception.
meta problem though. They have a very big meta problem. I know that
I
you
don't
guys
think
don't
that
want to talk
matters
about
as much
gameplay,
all
during your
but
first set.
all games that have leaders have meta problems.
All games that
I
have what?
All
I
games that have
have
leaders,
leaders.
like have a
Yeah.
card that is external to the deck that runs the deck,
Yeah.
has meta problems, especially
Yeah, I
early
mean
on when there's only a few.
right.
Most games in their
They're
first
looking
set
at
have
a
meta problems too. It's one set.
for sure.
Speaking of
They're
one
looking
set,
at a 2 card meta or like a 2 deck meta.
Yeah.
Spirit Forge, tell me why people are buying 4 or 5 people today bought boxes on TCG Player of the new set for $280. Why do people not ever learn about pre-order?
I don't know. I
Crazy.
don't know. I mean, I guess if you lived in Antarctica and you don't have a LGS, and that's your only way to get
Yeah,
it
but
or
you'll be able to
something,
get
but,
these
like,
boxes on TCG Player
Yeah, it's
yeah,
just like
I
closer
don't
to
know.
release date for cheaper.
like I guess they,
FOMO? Like, I don't know.
but it doesn't even ship until
I know.
13.
Because listen, money doesn't always equal an education, right? Maybe it's easier
We
instead of learning
we
a
have
lesson.
a very much a solid case for that.
Yeah, it's easier just to spend the money than it is to learn the lesson.
All right, last thing I want to talk about, OP14, the first One Piece set since the big pump of One Piece, is pre-selling for $250. This comes out the same day as Lorwyn.
When will people learn?
It's crazy.
What's MSRP on a One Piece box?
$100 or $110 or something like that.
Wow.
MSRP
Cheap.
so doesn't matter.
It does. It does
It
matter.
doesn't.
MSRP is mattering less and less.
It doesn't matter at all for anything.
Usually what happens, it's like the graph is the opposite of usual. So like in December, the boxes were $200 pre-selling. Usually this close to release, it'll drop down to 120. Now it's sitting at 250. It like shot up on the big. It's just crazy.
I think it's a lot of the hype. You know, just like the Spider-Man coming off the Final Fantasy thing. Like it's a lot of that just One Piece in general hype, but I mean, but the game is killing it. So
Yeah.
like it might just stay there. Who knows? Because
It's the top 3 game for sure.
it's just 100%.
For sure. What are you showing us?
His viewfinder.
Is there a chance this is One Piece's Monarch?
No, I mean there's a chance this box goes down to the 150s, but not with the demand that it currently is.
I don't think One Piece.
So this box never hits MSRP.
I don't know about never. I would say something would have to greatly change in One Piece for this to hit 120.
They also have very pretty tight print runs too, right?
So yeah, the big thing about One Piece, I tell people all the time, like you can't increase your One Piece by spending more money like you can with Magic and Pokemon.
It's
You have-
OP
The
based.
distributor is a different one, right? Like,
well, it's only at one or two distros. I'm only at one of them. I think it's only at one distro though.
It is only at one district.
Yeah. But it's not, it just doesn't work the same. Like Bandai handles a lot of that. I think some of your spend at the distro level affects it, but not enough to like with Magic, all you have to do is like throw money at it, right? You just keep throwing money at Magic, eventually you'll increase your allocation. It just doesn't quite work that way with One Piece. There's different.
It's OP based. It
is, but it's all encompassed. Which really changes the market dynamics in a big way. It spreads out the boxes. My question is this, and this we'll end with this speculative.
ooh,
If One Piece really makes it to top 3, in other words, it's solidified there for a year or so and like stays big and popular, and they continue to have issues like this where boxes never approach $150 or whatever. Do you think eventually they move to other distros and they spread out and to as their way of growing the game wider?
I think that there's a community demand there. Like if people start leaving the game en masse because they can't get the game, then I think you have a problem to solve, and that might be the solution. Or it could just be print more boxes. Like, I don't know.
it would have to be. You could tell me that there's a reason why One Piece wants that to be the case. You want to be at the distros with Magic and Pokemon, but you also want to be there and belong, not just like be there and be something that the distros try to shove on you to get something that people care about, right? You don't want to be at those distros. So if they're doing this the right way, they get there, but they do it in small steps. They don't take the hype right now and now open the floodgates to 4 different distros, 2 of which we know have a tendency to not have a game's best interest in mind, etc., or the company have less control over the games. You have to do this in steps. You have to build a solidified community where it's more inconvenient to leave One Piece when something goes wrong because distro gets corrupted or whatever, than it is just be like, hey, this was hype, I played it for a while, I'm done.
Right.
So I don't think that comes anytime soon if the game's going to be stable and healthy. I think it's a bad sign if they leverage this hype, this pump cycle into being at those distros. Then I think you're moving too fast and you're leveraging a moment rather than building up to that spot.
Yeah. I almost wonder how much of One Piece's financial on the market growth is because of the limited distro that they have. In other words, there's a lot of stores who don't have distro with GTS, and so
and you're not seeing it on the shelf at Walmart.
It's at Walmart.
Is it at Walmart?
You just never see the packs.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's why.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got today. You guys got anything else?
Oh man, I missed you guys. I'm glad we got to do a podcast.
Yeah, me too. All right.
Am I supposed to say me too?
Go subscribe to Josh's channel over at Hometown TCG. Subscribe to Donald's channel at Scruffy Look in Gaming. And make sure you like the video here. Hit subscribe. We're back, baby. Welcome to 2026. Happy Friday. Remember to be kind to the people around you. May the zoo be with you.
And also with you.
What do I say? Always.
Thank you.